My name is Luis Lima. I've come here to my uncle's house in Bloomington, California, to see how my younger cousins are dealing with the school during the pandemic.
Wall Street, which some have regarded as a bad omen. All right, so we told you why it's New York, just temporary. April 30th, 1789. It's a little late, normally back then, and you should probably mark this date in your brain somewhere. You know, we're going to swear in our president, or inaugurate them is the proper word. Inaugurate on March 4th. So whether you're re-elected or elected, it's going to be March 4th. That's going to happen normally. But we were a little late with George Washington because we were first time getting ready and all that stuff. And then Wall Street. Wall Street is an actual place, but it's also a metaphor for.
Yeah. So, what have you been doing for what have you learned from dealing with classes during the corona?
Well, I learned that most kids, that they don't comprehend as much as they can when they're in class, as if they're online, and because they can't interact with other kids or other teachers.
How do you feel that your environment, your family, your neighbors, your neighborhood has changed?
Well, since the quarantine, like, we've been home more, and like, our neighbors are home more, so we get to see them more often and get to interact with them more often, and with our family. You know, all of us are home at the same time, and it brings us together, and it also brings, like, everyone else. And with those distant of us that we can't see as much, we also miss them as much, and try to interact with them as much as we can.
And when we get out of the lockdown, what are you most looking forward to?
Oh, going to Six Flags. I miss Six Flags.
All right. And I guess, I know we've talked about some students, how might have you seen it just affect your own brothers and sisters?
Well, all of us, because we've talked with our parents before, and we all agree that in quarantine, we get distracted more easily rather than in class, because there's less distractions, more restrictions, and it's easier to focus on what you're supposed to do and what you're supposed to not do.
Far as your parents, how do you think they've taken it?
Well, my mom, she's very stressed, and having to take care of all of us at the same time. I know that she's very stressed right now, and we've talked to each other and to our family as well, and that our parents feel like they have to do a better job because we can't improve ourselves into adjusting into the quarantine.
Do you think that during all of this that back to your mom and dad that they might feel the stress of not only being a parent, but in some ways being a teacher at the same time?
Oh yeah, because we're currently we need to do a lot of things here in this house, and we also need to maintain our grades, and we feel like we can't do the same job as they can because they're carrying more work and doing more stuff than we do.
And how do you feel that it has, I guess, I know we've talked about your parents, your siblings. How do you feel it has maybe affected your cousins?
Well, my cousins, one of my cousins, he was out of work and he couldn't even go to school. And so he tried to find a job as hard as he could. And because of employment, he found a job. And after that, he could finally go to school and fund the things that he wanted to. And also with my cousins that are in school and in high school, I know that they've been affected too because we had to take a little break of vacation to take off as much stress as they could.
So back to you. How do you find a way to get some stress out of the way? Like, is it just catching your own breath by yourself, or video games, or what do you use to de-stress?
I try to take as much like free and alone time as I can, so that I'm not feeling claustrophobic with people, and the same people as well. And I try to take as much alone time as I can.
So, to wrap things up, we interviewed my cousin, one of my cousins, and we got a glimpse into his story, his family's story of how they are all doing under quarantine. My name is Luis Limas, and I thank you for your time.